Against Real New York. Alongside me first is Andrade Wright, who was implemented in the second half, and you were very busy, but one notable moment of yours was when a solo dribble essentially turned into a goal-scoring opportunity, and it was, in fact, converted.
The thing is that I'm very comfortable with the ball at my feet. Like, a lot of street ball back in Jamaica
Of course.
helps you out with that. So I'm not like scared when someone is like pressing with a 2 or 3. I'm not scared to like, if I like, I always know like if I lose it, I know that there's cover. But if there's no cover, I won't try and move forward with the ball. So it's really like the street ball in Jamaica. That's where it came from.
And that makes sense. And I also want to talk to you about how you were implemented. So yes, you were substituted into the game in the second half primarily. However, from time to time, you not only veered from fullback, but you also enacted yourself as a defensive midfielder.
Yeah.
So my question to you is, how important is versatility to the game of Braveheart, especially today?
It's very important. Like, we have a lot of players that can play multiple positions. Maybe the only position that I can't play is like goalkeeping. And I know the basics, but like I can't dive and stuff like that. But it's very good for the team because if a player gets injured or, a player is not available, like because of cards, someone can step in. Like, for example, Drew plays center back, but Drew can also play a number 6. So it's very good for the team and it's going to help us moving forward.
So how can you explain today's game against Real New York? Because you guys went off with an immense advantage at the end of the first half.
Yeah, I think they were giving us a lot of time to build out of the back, right? We were playing a lot of side-to-side passes, a lot of lateral passes, and then when we were able to find diagonals, we would kill them. And I think that's how the first couple goals were generated. They were playing a high line, and we would find those diagonals, and we'd be on goal. A couple passes, and we were in.
Likewise, the second half saw a more conservative Braveheart. So I also wanted to talk to you about possession, a similar question that I will pose later as well. So I wanted you to explain maybe perhaps about that second half as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, there was a change of shape, right? We had a change of formation. So, with a change of formation, a change of personnel, certain things were being done differently. And I felt as though, when we made the change to 3 in the back, tempo changed as well. And that I think that resulted in less chances on goal. That wasn't by design, but that's kind of how it happened. That's what I would say. And in the first half, I felt like we had extended periods of possession where we would play a lot of passes and then get to goal, in a slower, more methodical way. And then in the second half, it was less of that, I would say.
Is how you had generated all those offensive chances in the offensive third. La pregunta mía es, ¿cómo hiciste lo que hiciste hoy para generar todas esas oportunidades de gol hoy?
Bueno, creo que es mi virtud. En el 1 contra 1 creo que soy muy fuerte y bueno, pues pude generar, no hice goles, pero gracias a Dios tuvimos a Junior que hizo 4 goles y bueno, nos llevamos la victoria para casa.
So if my memory is correct, that is, I believe my principal virtue is that one-on-one situation, those one-on-one scenarios. And even though I didn't score any goal today, I did contribute, and it was thanks to Junior Rosero, who was able to convert all those chances. Likewise, I wanted to ask you, really, about the tempo of the game, how fast you guys were, how that really changed the whole scenario within the opening 9 minutes of the game. Te quería preguntar también de los primeros 9 minutos del partido donde Braveheart básicamente metió 2 goles inmediatamente. ¿Qué pasó ahí?
Bueno, creo que el equipo entró con una virtud que creo que llegamos, hicimos dos opciones, hicimos 2 goles gracias a nuestro goleador Junior, que hoy estuvo en su gran día y bueno, creo que es la virtud de nosotros de concretar las opciones que tenemos y estamos mejorando día a día en los entrenos para ser más así con todos los equipos.
So, Sebastián Ruiz Restrepo was explaining that within the opening minutes, it was Junior Rosero that basically converted all those chances. And again, it was the virtue of the team today to go headstrong and to be speedy with the game itself. And they were completely dominant, again, within the entire first half. But he gives credit to his fellow parcero, to his compatriot, Junior Rosero. Slaus, again, you were implemented in that second half, left back role, but you were a key asset when it came to possession, and that was the name of the game in the second half, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the goal of a substitute is really to keep the flow of the game going, especially for our team. I mean, we were dominant in the first half, so whatever we can do to keep that going. I mean, what I love about Braveheart is it's a really possession-based team. So, and I mean, as long as we keep the ball, they can't score, right? The old thing from when you're playing youth soccer. So, yeah, it's just like simple passes, 1-2 touch, move them around, and just pick them apart that way.
So I guess my follow-up question is, what does a 5-1 win mean here to New York Braveheart Soccer Club now that it was in second place, maintains its perfect record?
Oh yeah, it means everything. I mean, because a 5-1 victory like that, you're like showing how tough you are. Really, it's like, you know, any team like can win on any given day, but it's just like, even like on our worst day, it's like it could be like we'll still win 2-1. It's just like to go out and win 5-1. It shows like we can score a bunch of goals, we can really dominate offensively, but we can also be locked down defensively. So I mean, when you can dominate both sides of the ball, I mean, you're going to be tough to beat on any given night.